The Premier League is over. Praise the Lord, it is over. That awful season is over. And to make things even worse, I've now got to look at these awful predictions I made back in August. If you want proof that I did them in August, right here, because I know what you're thinking. Oh, you did bad then. Shut up, bruv. Now, when I did the championship predictions, which I cooked in, Hull went up, by the way. Just saying, everyone had them going down, and I had them near the playoffs. Right. With the championship ones, I knew where I was when I made them. With these ones, I don't really remember. I was in a car, I remember that. I remember being sat in the car, making them. Don't know where I was going. No idea. I'd have to give you a nice cool story. Went off to Barbados, met Steve from Minecraft. I have no idea what else I could have done. But I don't know what I did. I don't know. Someone said you're just going to get... I sat in a car. Where was I driving to? Who knows? For the sake of the video, I was driving to Tesco. A small Tesco. No, but you wouldn't drive to a small Tesco. That's more of a walking thing. You'd only ever drive to Tesco if it's a big Tesco. Anyway, these predictions are awful. I'm going to say it there. But we do start good, because in 20th place, I had Burnley. I'm proud of that. They came 19th. But I can't be too proud, because it was kind of a tap-in. It was kind of a tap-in. I can't be, like, overly proud with Burnley in 20th, because everyone knew Burnley were going to come 20th. 19th, I had Leeds. 5 places off. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. It's actually poor for me. And I do... You know what, to be fair, a lot of people had Leeds coming down, but it's really poor. I've gone, oh, they're going to struggle because they're going up. I've always been someone that doesn't believe the gap between the Premier Championship is as big as it had been made out to be with the last 2 seasons. But then I just fell into the trap again. I'm a hypocrite, that's what I am. It's hypocritical, it's stupid, and it's bad for me. 5 places up, Leeds. They were comfortable, safe in the end. Yeah, Daniel Farke with the greatest lock-in I've ever seen. They looked like they were going to go down first 2 months of the season. Looked like Farke was going to get sacked and then he just locked in. Fair play. 18th. 18th I didn't do anything. So 17th we had that's also really bad. Right. That's awkward.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Okay, well, in 18th I had Brentford, who were 9 places off that. Missed out in Europe on the final day. No idea. I think, from what I remember doing this now, I put Brentford in morally. I felt it was the right thing to do. Because if you have a set-piece coach, I should morally put you going down. But it didn't work out, did it? He was actually pretty good, this set-piece coach. And it turns out their system, it works. No matter who they sell, they're just going to keep doing well. So fair play to Brentford. I don't see them getting relegated anytime soon. Don't know why on earth I predicted that. It was lazy again. I've gone, oh, they've lost their best players. No, I'm not going to blame them on laziness. I think, to be fair, there was logic behind it. But it's still poor. 17th, I have Sunderland. Now, my only saving grace, because they did get Europa League, so it's not ideal. The only saving grace I have is a lot of people would have had Sunderland going down. And the fact I said Sunderland are going to stay up clearly shows I was on the wavelength. I wasn't that on the wavelength, so I was 10 points off. They were half the league away. Like, we're not taking it as a W, but we're taking it as a not as bad of a loss as Brentford. Yeah. 16th, I had the eventual team that went down. West Ham. Not bad, to be fair. I think West Ham were a bit unlucky. A couple of decisions didn't go their way. And Graham Potter let it down. Under Nuno, I thought they were alright and they would have stayed up if their second half of the season they had that form throughout the whole. I think their first half was so bad. 15th, it's a toss-up. I had Fulham. They came 4 places higher in the end because they won. Did they win yesterday? I feel like they won yesterday. And, yeah, it's Fulham, you never know. They're always going to be in that range of 15th to 9th, aren't they? Never going to be lower, never going to be higher. Just sort of what they are. 14th, only 1 place off. Everton. Don't mind that as a shout. 1 place off, that's a W. You know, like at the end of the day, they came 15th, I had them 13th, and I had them 14th. Can't go on with that, although you let the country down, Everton. You're a pathetic excuse for a football club. You needed to lose to City and beat Spurs. What did you do? You got a point versus City and you lost to Spurs. But what are we doing here? Come on now. 13th, Nottingham Forest. Now, without Ange, that's pretty good. Obviously, Ange tanked them hard with those, was it 7 games without a win? Without Ange, they would have come 13th, so I don't mind that. Although I did base it off of Nuno, and Nuno feels like light years away now. They've had Ange, they've had Sean Dyche, they've now got Vitor Pereira. Not the last time we mentioned him, because I think you'll be aware of a team I haven't mentioned yet. But I like it from, you know what, I'll take that as a W. Same with Crystal Palace in 12th. They came 15th. It's quite a poor year, to be honest with you, for Palace. Palace are like the definition of 12th. So I thought, okay, I'll put Crystal Palace 12th. You know, makes sense. But they came 15th. They are going to win the Conference League, though, probably. So Europa League footy for them. And now we go on to 11th, where I would like to sincerely apologise. Now, it's not the biggest difference of the video numbers-wise, but it's probably the biggest difference stupidity-wise. That doesn't even make sense. That really highlights the point. Wolves in 11th. And no, I'm not lying. I had Wolves in 11th. Now, I remember my thought process at the time was that Vitor Pereira is half decent. And I just ignored that they sold everyone. And I realised, like, oh, Vitor Pereira, they're going to prove everyone wrong. Vitor Pereira is a good coach. To be fair, I was proven right that he's a good coach when he got to Nottingham Forest and done a good job there. But that's really bad. That's, like, really, really bad. That is, like, I couldn't have gone worse than Wolves 11th. Well, I could put him 10th. But it's bad, innit? They sold everyone. Ain't Nori, Cunha. It's like, oh, that's really poor. That's really, really poor. 10th, Bournemouth. That's not a bad shout. I know they came higher, but nobody could have imagined Bournemouth getting where they came so close to Champions League football when they lost their whole back line. You know. So it's credit to Bournemouth, really. Only 4 places off in 10th. I don't mind that. Now, moving on to the top half. 9th, I had Manchester United.
Manchester! You from Manchester? You like Manchester? Yeah.
Nah, not ideal. Not ideal at all. Manchester United came 3rd. Yeah, and I had them 9th. That's bad, but that was predicting Ruben Amorim's Man United. Ruben Amorim's Man United probably come around 9th. I didn't know, although, why am I making that excuse actually? That's poor from me. If I thought Ruben Amorim's United were rubbish, I probably should have used my brain and gone, Ruben Amorim's probably going to get sacked.
No, like, if your aunt had balls, she'd be your uncle, but she doesn't, so she's not. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I also didn't think they'd only have 38 or 40 games in their season, because I thought, you know, they would actually try in the cup, so that would affect them a little bit. Not ideal. But we are favoured by my 8th place, which I got. Bang on! Get in! First bang on the video. Brighton. I don't like Brighton. I've made that very clear. Don't like Seagulls. Don't like none of that. Honestly, they can do one. But today I'm your big fan because you came where I said 8th place, Brighton. 7th place, I had Newcastle. Not ideal. Came 5 places lower. I'm not really going to comment anymore. Newcastle have been awful. They look like they're going to even fall into a relegation fight at one point. So the only saving grace we have of that one is nothing. We don't have any saving grace. That's embarrassing. Wiss has flopped. Voltmada has fallen off. Alanga's flopped. Yeah. Fair play. Fair play, Newcastle. You've really... Wait, did they actually get that high in the end? If I was only 5 places off, that means they came 8, 9, 10, 11. They came 12 at the end. Fair play. 6th place, not too bad, Aston Villa. They came 4th, they won the Europa League. That's not too bad. Very good season for Villa. Very, very good season for Villa. I'm not mad at that. The next one, yeah. I thought that. I don't know how. Oh, that must have been a typo. In 5th place, I have Tottenham Hotspur.
Hotspur? No.
What's that? Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yeah. Look, in my defence, they just won the Europa League, and a completely different manager to who they had at the start of the year. In my defence, they, yeah, look, it's a bad one. It's a really bad one. It's a lot of people would have done the same thing. They came 17th again. You know what I'm going to say to you now? When I predict the Premier League to get started next season, Tottenham, I'm not going to fall into the trap, and I'm predicting Tottenham in a sensible prediction. They're not just going straight back to the top, okay? I've learned my lesson now. I should have done it last year. They're not going straight to the top. Fourth, don't get much better. Chelsea. They didn't even get Europe, and I had them in the Champions League. I had Tottenham and Chelsea in the Champions League. That's just hit me. Oh, God. Right, okay. Tottenham and Chelsea in the Champions League is what I said. Yeah, not ideal, that. Not ideal. I mean, under Maresca, they could have got fourth, actually. I don't really know what happened there. They had a bit of a falling out. Vizinha, I made it clear before that I like Vizinha, and I still do. Okay? And I will die on the hill that Vizinha is a good coach. He was let down by Chelsea. A bit too early in his career, but he will be a good coach. Now we're on to Arsenal, City, Liverpool. And it's an interesting one. Arsenal, City, Liverpool. What order did I go with? Is the real question. I just told you. I accidentally just told you. Arsenal, City, Liverpool is the order I went with. City is bang on. They came second. Arsenal in third. Liverpool first. Now, I feel I want to review this as a trio. Right. Liverpool obviously came fifth. Arsenal came first. And Man City second, like we said. I don't know why I did what I did. Because I remember being sat in that car predicting this. And my belief was that Arsenal were favourites for the Premier League title. You know, it made sense. Man City had been a poor year before. They were getting better, but it didn't look like a great Pep team. Liverpool unfortunately had a disrupted pre-season, obviously, a lot of change. So for that reason alone, I thought Arsenal, continuity, were favourites. Yet, I put them third. That could be one of the stupidest things someone's ever done. I openly felt that they were favourites, yet I put them third. Why? Why would I even... I don't know why that's come to my head. Arsenal third. I've sat there and gone, I'm putting Arsenal third, when I knew they were favourites. It's just baffling. Why would I do such a thing? So yeah, that's bad for me. And then Man City won bang on. Liverpool, why I put them first, I don't know. I really don't know. Liverpool had a good summer. I probably just thought they would keep the momentum going, but they clearly were never going to do that. Weird. Well, we see the rankings. I had a sum of difference of 88, which isn't awful. 54th out of 7,000 players. That's pretty good. But no, there's no saving this. These are awful predictions. Yeah. So if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe. I'm now going to go and sit in silence in a dark room and consider my thoughts. Thank you. Goodbye.